been secretly in love with me this whole time, like I am with him. So I have not dated somebody with kids before. Do you want more?
I for sure want one. Do you want any?
I want to be like soccer mom, acting like this. Like, mom of the year. Yes, yes.
Nicole, she was always a homie, but I got to see Nicole from a different light. So she just seems like a great person. I like her energy.
I feel like I'm getting to know you in a way I wouldn't otherwise have.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
So like, what do y'all think?
Hey guys, welcome to Little Black Book. Can you guys hear me? I want to make sure you know. I don't want to start and then you guys can't actually hear me. You guys can hear me, right? Fantastimo. Look, we're talking to you guys about Ready to Love, and listen, episode 2, pretty cool. Can't lie to you. Episode 2 is a really good episode. Again, we've got another mixer. Let me move in the middle. We have another mixer, and we saw some different sides to different people. And I want to say this first and foremost. I think, you know, that the men came correct. They changed their approach. They saw some things differently, did things differently, and I'm actually appreciative of how the man them came. Now I do think that now it's interesting because they've got a little bit of an advantage now, the guys who went for the second round who survived, because now they get to have a bit more time they had a bit more time with the ladies. So hey, but look, I'm not mad at it. I think this is wonderful. It was good to see. I loved the conversations that were being had, and it was clear that people were, you know, starting to bond. You get me? Now, how many couples are going to get out of the show? Nobody really knows, but let me be honest with you. That's not what we're here for. We're here to review the show and talk about some of the stuff that's going to happen. But all right, cool. Let's get into this real quick. Some of my quick thoughts that happened on this particular episode. I think we saw, you know, some real resurgence from what was his name? Why have I forgotten his name? His name's gone out of my head now. I don't know why it's gone out of my head. Old boy with the blonde hair. Cardi. Yes, we saw resurgence from Cardi. We saw a different energy. We saw how it shifted. We saw obviously how with Cardi that, you know, now, you know, he's taking the braids out of his hair. You know, now that he's, you know, got the, you know, the blonde streaks. I think he looked good. I think that's what we said. We wanted to see Cardi in a different environment, different style, and we saw that. You know, he seemed a bit more confident, a bit more free-flowing. He wasn't as awkward as he was when he first did the first round of Mixer, which is cool. I think it's the Cardi we needed to see. We saw him put his arm around Dominique. He was acting very, you know, friendly. And you know, the way that he obviously went about it, I saw a different side to him. So for real, I love this side of Cardi. I think it's good to see an improvement from him. Another star player was Devon. Devon came out the block shooting. Brother, man came out with the suit, the glasses, said, listen, I'm Mission Impossible 7. You hear me? Yeah? Like, listen, a shout out to Devon. He went from school teacher to professor. You get me? Professor of the ladies, you know? And he had a bit more assertiveness. Now, he had a moment, but I wanted to say it once more again. When someone finds you attractive, yeah, a moment like what he had where he missed the signals and tried to kiss Dominique, it didn't ruin the connection, right? Because when you're ugly to somebody, you've ruined the connection. But when you're decent looking, it doesn't ruin the connection because a person can go, you know what, I weren't ready for that, but you know what, you're good enough, you're good looking enough to me. I've got a good enough connection with you to like think about this again, you know? But a lot of people, they don't recognize you ugly to that person. And it's okay. You don't have to be mad at it. You don't have to be mad at it. You just need to keep moving forward. You know what I mean? Just have to keep moving forward. We also saw Xavier and Richie. Unfortunately, Richie had to go home. We know obviously he's passed away on the show. So you know, our condolences to his family and condolences to you know, the family of Richie as well. Was he the right choice to go? Yes. Okay. Brother was. From what we saw anyway, it looked like he wasn't really fitting in. The comment that he made to Dominique about smile, nuts behavior, ladies don't like that kind of stuff. You know, telling a woman to smile, yeah, it's never going to go down well. But I think they tried to catch him out with the whole female friend situation. And he said obviously he had thousands of female friends, and they kind of like literally went on to the fact that it wasn't literal, but they made it literal. And it's like, he wasn't being literal. But I think it's the right choice to go home. Xavier's next. I'm going to be real with you. Like, unless Xavier starts picking up some of these other women that are not necessarily being felt by anybody like Diamond, Xavier's next. Okay, all right, because the ladies ain't feeling him. And let's be honest about Xavier too. Okay, Xavier is not a bad guy. He's just not a good-looking guy for the group. Like, I want to be honest with you. Sometimes you're just not the good-looking guy in the group. And I know people say that women look at looks more than anything. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I hear that. These shows always prove us that that's not the truth. Look at your looks. That's why Xavier's not going to look in. Xavier is short. Unfortunately, he looks like... Do you know what he looks like? And no offense, man. But he reminds me of... Oh, man, it sounds so bad. But he reminds me of... Remember that cartoon back in the day where the guy and the little boy and the dog? It's no offense, mate. I'm just saying. It just reminded me of that, right? The little boy and the little white dog. That's what it reminds me of. He's got that similar kind of look. That sounds so rude. I'm sorry. I don't mean in disrespectful way. I'm realizing it's disrespectful, but I'm not meaning to be disrespectful. It's just that he reminds me of that. So my thing is, like, if I want to keep it real, keep it truth, look-wise, you know, ain't gonna happen. It's what it is. And then Diamond's got no respect. I want to be honest with you. They did not respect Diamond. Dominique and Christina, is it Christina? They're rude. Okay? Christina and Dominique are rude. Okay? Disrespectful. Because they know that Diamond was having a conversation with Chris. And I don't know if they got pushed by production or what. But the fact that Christina came in there and said, oh, he smells so good. And said, can I borrow him? And she said, no. And then that was tricky. And then we had Dominique come in there. Dominique say, do you like ass? Do you like breasts? Do you like that? Do you like that? What the hell? I said, production must have pushed that one. I said, production must have pushed them to do that thing to her. Because there ain't no way. It was mad disrespectful. Like, I can't lie to you. Mad disrespectful. But especially Dominique's one, because, you literally sat there. Did you ask? No. Did you say I could have a conversation? No. Just sat there having a conversation and then force that man to talk to you. Dominique just didn't want to go home. Okay, she's just trying to get her votes. And then we go to about Chris. Can I be honest with you? Again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I want to be real. But Chris, when Chris started asking Donna about what the ladies were saying, I said, oh, no. After my man was blaring his voice out about masculine and feminine energy, and then to do that, I said, wait, hold on a minute now. And so for me, I was like, I'm looking at Chris a bit weird now. I'm like, but of course, again, everything are stereotypes. When we talk about masculine energy and talking about feminine energy as well, a lot of times we're talking about spectrum and we're talking about stereotypical behaviors and energy. And I think stereotypically, sometimes when I hear Chris talk and mannerisms and movements, I'm like, oh, there seems to be some level of like a lot of feminine mannerisms in the way that he kind of talks, maneuvers, kind of like energy-wise. But I'm not saying he's gay. I'm just saying he was talking about feminine, masculine energy, and I felt like Chris was showing me a little bit of more of a feminine energy at points in time. So when he obviously then was shouting down the road, and they showed a flashback of him talking about masculine women, I'm looking at him like, bro, you might want to chill on that talk. Just a little bit. You might want to chill just a little bit, bro. And then I think my final one, obviously from the new mixer that happened, Ashanti. So Ashanti and Christina. So Christina and Xavier had a conversation, and Xavier didn't get a look in with Christina because apparently he asked her age, and that was disrespectful. I'm sorry. Okay, we're on a TV show, game show, and your freaking age is important. I'm sorry. I mean, it's very to ask. No, you find him ugly. Just be honest. Like, we're not gonna. I don't want you to gaslight the man into any situation, babe. You think he's clapped, and him asking you whether what your age is a problem. You're doing a true from last season. Like, let's stop pretending as if your age isn't important. Right? Your age is absolutely important when a TV show for dating. I want to make sure that you're the right age. Absolutely. Age plays a part in it. Come on, let's stop pretending. You know, it's nonsense. And so obviously then, you know, he recovered it later on because, then he recovered it later on because, you know, they had a conversation and, you know, she said obviously that he's, you know, shown a different side of him. Baby girl, you were in the bottom and you're trying to stay saved. Nothing's changed between you and Xavier. Let's be honest. So that was interesting. And then Ashanti, obviously, everyone keeps saying the same thing about Ashanti. That for her, it seems like she's a bit closed off. I like Ashanti. She's a bit closed off. I think so. I think she's a bit guarded. I should say, not closed off, guarded. And you have to kind of like break that ice down, which is difficult. It's not easy to do. So that might not be. It's not the easiest thing to do in terms of breaking someone's guard down. But I think she can get there. Whether she'll find the right kind of person on the show, it leaves a lot to be desired. But yeah, listen, I think this was a good, solid episode 2. Of course, when it's mixers, then we don't do too much. It's the next few episodes that we're going to start seeing really relationships form because, of course, people got each other's numbers and all that stuff. We'll see some bigger things happen. So I'm looking forward to breaking some stuff down. Of course, I'm not doing it by myself. I've got a few people with me to break episode 2 down as well. I see you in the back there. See where you get me. Let me bring you on because I know, girl, you're going to have some opinions. Okay. I think those opinions. How we doing, girl?
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
You okay? I'm doing good, babe. I'm doing good. Is that a Zoom background or is that your actual background? It look real cute.
Oh, this is Zoom background, so I can sit in my bed. But it's nice. I love it.
It is very nice. I thought you was an enchanted foresters out here. I love it.
I know. I wish.
What's your thoughts on this particular episode 2, man?
So we're just talking about the second one. I watched it. I watched it together, so you're gonna have to piece me through because I be I be forgetting. But I'm actually really excited about this season. This second episode. There's a lot of everyone. There's a lot of different characters. I've been trying to tell you, Kojo, but you haven't made your way to the Midwest. Detroit girls. Detroit is known for the pretty women. Midwest girls are very pretty. Detroit takes it to a whole nother level though. And I'm happy that we're in the Midwest because I knew they would not disappoint and they have not disappointed yet.
I love that.
So yeah, no, I thought it was a very, very interesting episode. The women are very dynamic. Like every woman on here is very different. I haven't got them, and I think the men are also very, very different. So I'm interested to see like how like the personalities kind of shake up because everybody has a very different personality. But I wasn't surprised at who ultimately went home. So
well, since obviously you watched part 1 and part 2, you can take us anywhere. We'll give ourselves a few minutes. I don't know, you watch part 1, it's fresh in your mind. Who stood out for you? Let me say who stood out for you, for the men and for the ladies. Who were the ones that stood out for you in the first 2 episodes?
We don't have pictures, do we?
I can get some up. I can get a video actually up.
Okay, help me.
Let me see if I can get pictures for you.
Because it's so hard when we first start. I have all their faces in my name, in my top of my mind.
I got you. Let me do something for you. I'll go and get pictures for you.
Okay, so I could just tell you my thoughts. The lady who made it to the second chance mixer, she was lighter, but she kind of has a smoker's voice. She stood out to me. I don't
Christina? Let me. I got your pictures. Hold on. I got you. Don't even worry. I got you. Okay. You talking about Christina?
Yeah, I think. Christina? People are telling me it's Christina.
The singer?
Does she sing? I don't remember because I watch and fall asleep. But she was sitting with Ashanti. She was sitting with Ashanti for most of the mixer.
Ooh.
They're saying that's who it is, right?
Okay, I think they're saying Christina. Yeah, the therapist songwriter.
She's a therapist songwriter because it was her and Ashanti were sitting together most of the time they were on my screen. Okay, yeah, everyone says her. She stood out to me because she's very beautiful, but her personality I don't think is gonna match. Like she's very pretty, but her personality it's. I think there's gonna be a disconnect. So I'm looking forward to see how that works, because I think her outward appearance may be very different than her inner appearance. And you guys can feel free not to agree about my personal opinion, but I thought that I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. I was expecting one thing, but when she got going, her personality is just completely different. Ashanti stood out to me because she kind of reminded me of me in the way that she seemed like it takes her a minute to warm up to people. And so I'm interested to see what happens when she warms up. Yeah, that's Ashanti. I don't know who the one next to her is.
That's is that Ash? Not Ashley. Ashley, yeah, Ashley.
Yeah, not her.
You're talking about Chris. You must be talking about Christina.
Yeah, her. Christina.
Yeah, Christina. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she stood out to me because I think she's gonna have a very interesting personality. Okay, thank you. We can keep going. I don't really remember these people. Okay, then she stood out to me. Dominique. She is gonna be like the men's favorite because she has a very good personality. She knows how to make every man feel special. She kind of got that juice. She got that aura. Like, she knows how to make every man feel like the man. And I promise you, she's going to be like, the men are going to be all about her because not only is she cute, she just has that very like intoxicating personality. Do you agree, Kojo?
Dominique's yeah. I mean, she got good vibes about her. She's fine as well. I can't lie. Body correct, face correct. Obviously that first episode though, she had a tattoo situation, but yeah, she's a very good looking woman. Good energy. Yeah, as I said, my favorite, which means she's toxic.
Oh, see, you see your favorite from last week?
Absolutely, because she's toxic. That's how you know.
Yeah, and I wasn't surprised that Diamond went home just because of the other women that were on the show, and then kind of her personality. I think Diamond probably would have stuck around if she was on another season, but on this season, it's kind of tough. So I wasn't surprised about Diamond. And as an attorney, she does give very like attorney vibes, very like kind of cautious. Yeah, so I could tell that Diamond this may not be the show, but I thought she handled it very, very well.
Yeah, I mean, Diamond going home, I think that was more. I won't say honest to truth. There's nothing she could have done to save herself.
No, and she tried.
It's just at this point in the very beginning, being pretty is the most important thing here. Like being pretty, having a decent personality is the most important thing here.
And there hasn't, on a lot of seasons, there's always, pretty girls here and there. But on this particular season, it's a lot of pretty women.
Yeah.
Like it's hard on this season.
Yeah.
And so she kind of got a bad. It was hard for her.
It was hard for her. You know what I mean? Just like it was.
I did like how she took the feedback in stride and tried to fix it, but she also her personality also was a little bit, I don't think they were like, oh yeah, she's a sweet girl, but I don't think it gave that like, oh, I'm wanting more vibe for the men. It seemed like, she probably needs another setting.
Yeah, and it was not, and that's why I said there's nothing she could have done. Like it's one of those things where it's like you can try everything. You could have she could have the most banging personality. I can just be honest with you and just tell you the truth. Like it don't matter. Like it would not matter in this instance. Like there's too many baddies in your group, and the man them. And I'm brutally honest about the men as well. And I say the same things. It's like, unfortunately, when you're in a group of people, if you have a group that look really beautiful, when you're not the prettiest, it looks even worse for you. I'm just gonna be honest with you, and it's psychological. So it's like you have a whole group of people that really look good. It's both for the men and the women, by the way. And you have a good group that really good looking, and you have a person who, at the edge. Now they look like the scraggle of the group. rather than looking like, because she's a decent looking good woman, but the group is so buff, it just makes her look even more like average, and it makes it look worse. Do you know what I mean?
And I definitely think on other seasons she would have been fine, but this
she would have been fine. Yeah,
this season, man, was tough, and her personality was definitely. Again, she acts like a lot of attorneys I know, a little awkward, kind of refined. It just ain't ready to love. That not this season. Not most seasons.
Yeah, not most seasons. Yeah, it's hard on Ready to Love.
Can't lie. We didn't see her. She made it straight through the one to the right of Dominique.
Donna. Yeah, Donna made it through.
Yeah, she made it.
She was a mathematician.
Yeah, so we didn't see much of her. Not too much, not that I remember, but
she was cool. You didn't get to see Leah. We saw Lauren, but obviously she was first episode. You didn't get to see her in the second episode. So, and obviously Nicole also as well. We saw a little bit of Nicole in the second episode because, again, they reiterated the fact that she liked Ed, who was a childhood like crush.
Oh yeah. So I don't know.
No, was only ones. Any of the fellas stand out to you?
Yeah, let's start with the one this way.
Oh Lord, which one? This one.
I've never seen a 180 that like what he did. The first, he was just awkward and didn't know how to carry a conversation. And then he went to everyone's number one favorite. I don't know how all of a sudden he knew how to carry a conversation, but I was thrown off. I don't know who the real him is. I need more episodes to see because he's been two different people.
We said that in the first episode because we were saying that obviously when the way that he was in episode 1 was very different from episode 2 because the hair makes a massive difference. This braid stuff that he had on was so good he got rid of it. Yeah, it didn't look good on him. It doesn't suit him personally. But as soon as he removed it, superpowers came through. You know what I mean? And I guess obviously as well, knowing that you're about to be at the end, you could be kicked off, kind of removes all the fear. Because remember he was telling us in episode 1 that everyone gets a Cardi experience. He was talking real big, and then we saw real small. So it makes sense now that in episode 2 we're seeing a bigger Cardi because actually this is what he said he promised he could do. So it's clear he was much more forward. We saw him with Dominique, put arm around her and everything like that as well. So
him and Dominique were vibing.
They really were. It's different kind of energy. So yeah.
So maybe he was just nervous, like to go to Africa said. Maybe he was just nervous. I don't know. But I need to figure out. Wait, before we go to more men, can we go up because this lady blew me. The blue dress down below.
Oh, Emily.
You know what? We can move on. I just personally think my biggest pet peeve is women that go on shows with their titties at their chin. It bothers me so bad. And honestly, she should have been the one to go home because her titties being at her chin is grounds to go home.
Why?
I just feel like that's just it gets on my nerves. Maybe it's just me. If I see your titties stuffed into your dress to the point where now I feel like I can't breathe and I'm not even in your skin.
She's just got a healthy set. She's just got a healthy pair.
There's more fabric. She needs more fabric. That is the only reason why she didn't go home is because her titties were at her chin. That's it. Honestly, she should have went home, not Dominique. Women get it. You don't walk in places. She and she's a seamstress, exactly. And you couldn't find more. Look, if the men like it, I love it. No, I'm not saying
the men do. I'm not even saying the men do it.
It's just like it's not a classy look. It looks I feel like it looks uncomfortable. And her whole personality was just uncomfortable. I don't know. I wasn't a fan. I hope she goes home next.
Okay.
But you know me, this is every season. Every season, some woman shows up with a dress too small and their titties at their chin, and I say the same thing. I just don't like it. Anyway, who else we got?
Okay. Well, the gentleman, obviously, you might not have seen a lot of these guys apart from episode 1. There was Bello, there was Chris, we saw in episode 2, and Devin, we saw in episode 2 as well.
Yeah. Devin, why was Devin trying to kiss people? He lucky that turned out okay for him. Why was he trying to kiss people?
I think he misread the moment, right? He misread the moment. He went a little bit too soon.
I'm glad that she took it better than I would have taken it. I don't know why. What about that moment gave he should have did that?
I think you know what it is. You know what it is. They were eye messing with each other. You know what I mean? You know, there was eye messing. He misread it because it was like she was open and inviting, but not necessarily for the kiss just yet. But it was misread. You know, I think he misread it. She would have been open to it, I think, later on, but this was too early. I think it was. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well,
I think he got ahead of himself.
Some of the women in the chat and the men in the chat are saying, you know, they understand that perhaps he misread it. Maybe I need to relook at it. I do know that she was very open and inviting, but he did seem like he was feeling himself a little bit too much. He got gassed up real quick in the second episode, and but he took it on the chin. She took it on the chin. She's a very lighthearted woman, and I think because of that, again, I think she's going to go very far because she appears to be very lighthearted and she don't take stuff too serious. And even the way she took that shows that she's going to be around for a long time because she just knows how to handle situations. And he actually handled the rejection well. I just don't know why he went for that. But you know, he's not my cup of tea. He does a little bit too much for me. And then what's over there?
That's Chris.
What was he talking about? I don't even really remember.
Chris is the one that Christina was saying that he smelled good, everything like that. We didn't see much of him in episode 1. We saw more of him in episode 2. He's a chef. He looked good, you know, he smelled good. He's the one that was talking to Diamond, and then Christina and Dominique interrupted him. He's very tall. Okay.
The one that people kept on coming up while they were okay, I remember. Yeah, I don't have a lot of thoughts because it was kind of in and out. I do remember people were talking to him. Okay.
I hear that. Okay.
What else we got, Kojo? Let's see.
We have a person. Ed. We didn't see Ed in episode 2. We saw more in episode 1.
I don't remember.
That's Cardi. And then obviously Richie. We didn't see Stephen in episode 2, but we saw him in episode 1. And Vance was also episode 1 as well. But Xavier and Richie were the bottom 2, so we can stick with Richie. What was your thoughts on Richie?
Oh, well, he's passed on, so I don't want to say nothing.
Okay, fair enough. I mean,
I'll leave it be.
All right,
rest in peace. I don't know, Kojo.
No, you do. We have to be honest. Without being rude, we're being honest. I critiqued the ladies and said, obviously, if it's a looks thing, what is the issue with Xavier?
He gives me Cory Booker vibes.
Okay. What does that mean?
Oh, you don't live here. I forget. The chat should know what that means. He just yeah, he gives me Cory Booker vibes. I can't y'all know, you know me, Kojo. I don't like to say things unless I'm 100%, you know what I mean, about my feelings. And because when I do say things, then y'all know Seaway said it, and I stand on it. I'm not at the place where I can stand on anything with him. All I can say is that he gives me Cory Booker vibes. He's kind of seems a little disinterested, but also interested. I can't figure out why exactly he's on this show and what he's looking for. Time would tell. Time would tell. I felt like, though, I do want to say something positive. He does seem like he has this kind of quiet confidence. I'm interested to see what comes of that. He seems very like comfortable in his skin. And that came out very in the second episode, that he was just like, he seems very confident. So that's why I say I can't quite figure it out. It's a mix between confident Cory Booker and kind of like bigger than the program. I can't figure out. He just seems like he's a little bigger than the program here. And so I'm just trying to figure out like where we at with it. I don't know. Maybe the chat can kind of help me figure it out. He seems a little layered. And so I'm trying to sort through it. I'm trying to sort through that.
Okay. A little layered. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Chat, help me out. I feel like I'm seeing a lot, Kojo. I'm seeing a lot here.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything. You know what I mean? Probably bigger than the program. People agree with, definitely. I think that definitely does come into light. So I'm with you. I'm not mad at it.
They're saying confident.
This is what we're first seeing. This is our first thoughts. So this is our first thoughts we're seeing. So you know what I mean? So I ain't gonna say that because I don't really know. It's your first impressions. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, let's go through parts of the episode then and stuff, and then we can talk about some of the key moments that happened on the show as well. So let me just. Oh crap! Don't stop sharing. Hold on. Let me bring the share screen so you can actually watch a little bit. Let me get some thoughts of yours. I might have to make it less speedy. Here we go. All right, let's do some key parts of the show. We're about to get into this. Okay, so there was this moment, one of these moments, which was Nicole and Ed having a conversation, and no one's played slow for you.
Otherwise have. Yeah. So it's been great.
So, like, what do y'all?
This whole time, like I am with him. So I have not dated somebody with kids before. Do you want more?
I for sure want one. And you want any?
I want to be like soccer mom, packing lunches, like mom of the year. Yes.
Nicole, she was always the homie, but I got to see Nicole.
I want to know your thoughts on this. They just spoke, right? And he just said something which is, I think, is interesting. He said that she's always been the homie. And we know that obviously they went to college together and she's always liked him since college, but nothing happened between the two of them. I want to know your thoughts on Ed and Nicole. Can it change? Can it go anywhere? Like, you know, have you been in a situation where you had a crush on a college friend? Well, I mean, you've been married for a long time, so maybe not putting that perspective, but it's like, you know, and then ended up meeting them again and thinking to yourself, it could happen. Is that plausible in a situation?
Well, one, I just want to say that kind of made me a little sad.
Why did that make you sad, Zee?
I felt bad because she was just talking about how like that was her crush and, you know, maybe they can spin the block, and he was just like, she's always the homie, and it was like they were on completely just different stratospheres. I just feel like, and I say this all the time, when a man is certain or knows about you, he will always make it clear. Men do not appear to grow in attraction or grow in love like that. And so if you were never that one for him, you will never be that one. It's just how it is. Women, we can be persuaded, we grow, we evolve, things like that. And so my thing is, if a man saw you for 10 years throughout school and this and that, and he ain't never tried it, he's never going to try it. And if he saw you right now and he ain't immediately switch up, like, dag, I knew her in high school, but I'm on that now. Like, if it's still it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I definitely agree that. I think because he obviously said, you know, she was always a homie. He said, obviously, he's looking at her differently now, but like you said, it wasn't a strong, like, you know what I mean? Like, for someone to say, like, in order for it to flip, it has to be like, oh, she was always a homie, but you know what? I can't lie to you. I don't know how I didn't see it. I don't know why we didn't get together. I don't know. There's usually a major shift in the mindset of the person, like, and you hear it like a very positive kind of outcome from what they've said. And we didn't hear that from him. You know what I mean? you know, and I think also like I've been, it's funny because this weekend I was amongst a lot of different people, men and women. I was having this conversation about men and women. I was saying like, man, them are happy to waste women's time, you know. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, men that are serious and know where they're trying to go to aren't trying to waste too many years in keeping you on the market. And that means relationship. You know what I mean? Like, people who are actually intentional, wanting to get somewhere and looking to be monogamous and trying to stay with you particularly, we're not trying to waste time. We're trying to lock it down with you, and we're trying to set the pace again. But a lot of times, mandem can get caught up in like enjoying the fruits of the lady they're with no intention of marrying them.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and then you've lost 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years of your life. Do you know what I mean? And this is what I'm seeing with Nicole's situation. I'm like, you haven't lost any years of this man. You don't want to lose any years of this man. Like, you ain't got time to waste. So like the fact that he didn't see you in college and he thought you were the homie, if he doesn't come with a completely different energy, like there is probably more chance than not, he ain't never going to be interested. Because most times as well, we don't change our mindset towards people. Do you know what I mean? Like, there can be somebody pretty there can be somebody who was ugly to you in school, maybe glowed up later on after that, right? But the reality is, most guys after they've glowed up, they don't want to wife them. They want to knock them down. That's completely different to wanting to wife you. So it's like, is that going to happen here for you, sis? I don't think so. It's cute that you had a little crush on him in school, and it's absolutely understandable. We've all had a crush at some time in our school years, but the reality is, at some point, you're gonna have to be like, my life, my morals, my values, my time is more valuable than me just getting excited about something that happened in the past that never actually happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. Everything that you said. And if he does find you fine now, if he didn't like you for the inside before, yeah, it's probably just gonna be a more surface level sexual thing. But yeah, I just don't even believe women should be having long-standing crushes on men anyway, you know. But she probably just thought it was lighthearted. I just hope she don't spend no time with it, because she just seems so genuine and lighthearted. Like, yeah, so happy to see him. He was my crush for a long time, and he's just like, she was the homie. It was just so dismissive. And the crazy part is, we can see that, she can't see that, right? She doesn't know what he's saying. And so I don't know. I got the ick, and I just hope that she lets the little crush go. I want it to be out the window. Just out the window, move on. Find somebody new. So
absolutely definitely hear on that. Okay, next one. Okay,
the signs and stuff. I've never opened like a fortune cookie and it was like, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You know, the dynamic of Dominique definitely changed from the first mixer. She came today different.
My fortune cookie
you're a terrible ass person today. You know?
God, my fortune cookie is.
I said this in the episode 1 breakdown. I said, I don't think I've ever seen a man be a 8 out of 10 and a 5 out of 10 at the same time.
Explain.
Like, depending on the camera angle, he goes from an 8 to a 5. I don't know what it is. It's like he's a good-looking dude. He is. He's tall. He's got a good-looking face. You know, the hair's on point. But at some angles, it's like he goes from an 8 to a 5. I'm just keeping it real. And I'm not saying I'm even the Hampsons person. I'm just saying in terms of what it looks like. But we definitely saw a different side of him on this episode, right? Because I'll be real with you, like, his energy was different. He felt more confident. He was doing a bit more. Do you know what I mean? And he put his arm around her. You know, he seemed a bit more assertive. And she's also said as well that she likes people that are a bit more, they like her. I just don't know how much that she likes people. You know what I mean? Like, she would say she wants people to like her, but how much she likes them is another story. But how do you see that interaction? Because they were very close, very, you know, body language seemed to be very, you know, positive in that respect. How did you kind of read their scenario and their situation?
I'm not trying to be derogative when I say this at all. I think the people who understand what I'm saying will get it. Dominique is like the women that used to work in the strip club that are no longer in the strip club, but they have the skill set of what and I'm not saying she ever worked in the strip club before people get going, but there's a particular type of skill set that women develop in the strip club, similar to how salespeople develop these type of skills. They have the ability to get genuine reactions and interactions and connections with everybody, and they're able to make everybody feel just that warm and fuzzy. Dominique is, yeah, like, she got game. She has game. She literally can make every man feel it. You know what I mean? And so their interaction was amazing. Yeah, Jay says strip club courtside. Yeah, the type of women that pool ballers, things like that, they have a type of aura. They know how to make these men that have all this money and everything feel very, very special. And I think she brings out the best in these men. And so I think she brought out the best in him. And he is the testament that attractiveness for women, and even you, Kojo, I even think you're seeing this now, even as a man, he is more attractive now that he is confident. And women, we've been trying to tell you that in this chat for a long time. Men who are confident, they're so much more attractive. To me, he went from a 5 to a 9 because of his confidence alone. Yes, he already had the pieces. He already had the bone structure. He just needs to rewire the braids and stuff like that. But his confidence, his swag, whatever, it's so much better. It's so much better.
Hey, listen, first of all, I think Cardi actually was a good-looking dude before this. There's something to work with Cardi. Like, he was already a good-looking dude. The problem was that he was dibbering.
Wait,
right?
who?
But
who?
Cardi.
Who? Cardi?
The guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm saying that obviously, first and foremost, he's got some height on him. Number two, you know, he actually is a good-looking lad. You know, and it's just like the first episode, he was dibbering. He was nervous, but that could have easily worked for a lot of other women. Other women would have given him a mad chance because he's good looking, all that things. He's a little bit nervous, but they would have been okay with it. This episode, yes, you're right. I agree. Having more confidence will definitely increase your attractiveness, right? In this instance, but it's not a major change because actually, generally, he actually was a very good looking dude who's very attracted to the ladies. It's just that he doesn't have the confidence. He felt like he was too almost like inward with himself. Mm-hmm. Now he's a bit more outward. It's like, okay, we're open to it. But those ladies, I'm telling you now, I'm sure the ladies would have been a bit more open to him and given him more chances over a period of time because he's so good looking. Now, of course, I agree. If he had continued the nerves all the way up until the end of the season, yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of him. You know what I mean? So there is some aspect of confidence, being assertive. It is something that will be definitely help the ladies feel more attracted to you.
That's 100%. When the episode closed, all I could think about is the only reason why Ashanti is on this, that she didn't go home, is because she's lighter and relatively cute. That's what I thought when the episode ended, because I'm just like, she gave nothing. It's the same thing for the men. You know, it'll get you half the way. It won't get you the whole way. That's why she was in the bottom, but it'll at least get you half the way because she would have went home. And the other one didn't go home because her titties was up to her chin.
Yeah, well, I mean, she has, maybe the titties play a role, but I think also she has a little bit of cuteness to her. Well, you're absolutely right. But early doors. So all of this is about physicality.
Yeah, that's how it works.
You know, you're absolutely right. So you're right on that. You know, he had his arm around her. She liked it. Body language is strong. But you're right. She works the room. You know what I mean? She works the room. Xavier and Emily, your favorite friend, had a conversation as well. So let's play a little bit of the clip as well.
This is a fresh slate. This is a new mixer.
Let's do it.
Let's start over,
Let's
right? So what do you love? What do you enjoy for fun? What do you like?
I'm a mixed bag.
I end up busy a lot. Busy with what? Busy with life. And that tends to, I don't have a lot of time to commit to any one thing. And that's probably why I'm here single. That's one of the things that has always been an issue for me.
Okay, now the titties are in the face, but what I will say is she has got some sexy eyes. You know, I was paying attention. I've been looking at the eyes. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look right past the breast, look straight to the eyes. She has got some sexy eyes.
Good for you. I'm glad you were able to do that.
I can. I proved it on the weekend.
I'm too easily distracted.
Look straight to his eyes. And look at the eyes, you know, and she's got beautiful eyes.
Yeah, they say you're not looking at her eyes. I don't know how you found her eyes.
Listen, you can't help. You can't help but see breasts. But the reality is, there is. You know what it is? She's got a bit of rudeness in it, and it's probably just my toxicity side coming out a little bit as well. She got a little bit of rudeness in her, and I kind of like it. You know what I mean? Like my toxic side likes a little bit of rudeness she got about her, like the audacity from her a little bit. She got a little bit of that audacity, and you know, she got a little bit of a darker kind of. I won't say energy, but almost like it's hard to explain. There's something darker a little bit about her, and I kind of like it, you know. But
well, she wasn't wrong in this situation with Xavier. She wasn't wrong.
True.
You know, I'm gonna be with you when you write in, and I'm gonna let you know when you're wrong. To me, he was coming when men come on these shows and they're like, I'm too busy, I don't have enough time, all that stuff, and they think it's cute. Next, if you don't have enough time, what are you doing on here? Personally, I mean, would I have gotten up and did what she did? No, because I'm just not rude, contrary to what people may think I'm blunt on here. I'm not rude. So I probably would have like entertained it a little bit longer just because I try to be polite as much as I can. But personally, you know, if you're getting on this show, talk about you don't have time, next. They said she stayed wrong with her entire attire. I'm glad the women aren't fighting me on this one. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are locked in with me this time because it gets to a point. It gets to a point that we have to present ourselves better than this. And I'm not saying I'm a bit more conservative with the way I dress. I'm not saying everyone needs to be like that, but it's just it gets to a point where you're not even going to get the men that you want to get because your booty is out and your titties are out. Like, you want the man to fall in love with your heart, and he's not gonna be able to do that if he can't see it because you're distracted. I mean, you're distracting me, so I know you're distracting him. You want to lead with your best asset, and your best asset should be your heart, your mind, your value. If you're leading with your titties out, that's all you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get.
I mean, I like the purple dress personally, but you're absolutely right. I do think, like, you know, I think it's less about. I think it's more about the fact that it's probably more about the fact that it's the way it's presented, and maybe I want to be honest. Again, it's difficult because she has it's quite large, right? So then it's almost difficult trying to find something that's going to be much more flattering, right? Because right now it feels like, if I'm going to start a woman's business, but I'm just saying too, from a man perspective, watching it, it's almost like the bra's too small. That's what it feels like. So that it's pushing everything up, which then makes it feel like it's in your face rather than being something that enhances. Now it feels like it's actually, rather than it being something that enhances, now it feels like it's something that you have to pay attention to it. So at that point, then you can't focus on anything else. I mean, I'm trained enough to focus now, but you know, you can't focus on anything else but looking at the chest. And I think that's why at that essence it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say it's absolute a loss, but it's a tricky one. That's all I would say. It's a tricky one. I like the purple dress personally. Yeah. It's better than the blue one that she had. I like the purple one. I think it works a bit better.
They're all nice. They're all nice dresses. I can tell you, and as a woman, that's intentional, Kojo. We have cup sizes and we have dresses. And if you get the proper size for your dress and the proper cup size, your boobs will fit in there. Okay, they will be completely in there. Will there be some overflow if you have larger? Yes. Will you see a little bit of cleavage? Yes, there will be overflow, but it won't be like the cup size is too small and everything is up. The reason why it looks up is because you're not putting the proper stuff in the proper cup size. So they're basically spilling. I don't know how to put it, they're spilling out, and it doesn't look. Yeah, it's pushing up as if like you're wearing something that doesn't fit. That doesn't. And if she's a seamstress, like the women are saying, this is all intentional. And if this is intentional, you know, there's some women who it's very hard to find the proper attire, the proper bras, the proper dresses. And you know, that's different. But this is what you do for a living. This is intentional. So
and if it's intentional,
go ahead.
If it's intentional, what do we think her intention actually is then?
She's looking for that type of attention. She's looking to be whether subconsciously or consciously objectified. You know what I mean? Like that's what, you know. And you know, we can do this. We all can maybe do this from time to time. Like if you got a nice body and you put on a bodysuit, you know what I'm saying? Like if I just worked out and I put on a bodysuit, you know, then I'm looking for attention for the way my body looks on that particular time. You know what I mean? We all do that. I mean, not everybody, but I'm saying people do that from time to time. You lead with whatever your best, you know, asset is. You know, maybe you feeling good about your legs and you want your legs out, you know. But if you're just meeting a man, you don't want that to be just overwhelming because you want him to get to know you as well. We all as women are going to lead with our best asset, whether it's your legs, your face, your boobs, your booty, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, you want to highlight that. You still highlight it, but you don't want it to be overwhelming to the point where, you know, we can't even get to know you. Yeah. Jay said mission to stay on the clothes, so mission accomplished. Well, that's true. So
I mean, listen, I think she's actually, you know what, from the first episode to now, I think she's got a really beautiful face. You know, and bit of a, you know, like I said, I like the broodiness, but I definitely take what you're saying. Because I loved the suit jacket that was over the dress. You know, as well. I thought that was kind of classy, added touch. But I do take into the fact that, like you said, obviously I like the suit jacket on top of it, the purple and the white. I think it was really working. But you're right, it does put a lot into your face. And it can be a case of making it seem like having focus here on your chest will make people objectify you, and sometimes that can look like, or that can be a perception that you're trying to get the sexual energy rather than the actual energy that is something that would be more to a place of relationship and monogamy, you know, or rather trying to attain men's minds rather than attaining men's eyes in that respect, you know. So I can also you know, take into perspective that can also be a part of it as well, and looking from that different perspective as well. But I did like the suit jacket with the dress, the color. It looked really nice. Right, the chest. Yeah, it's the cape. It looks.
Yeah, the cape is cute.
Well, another round said it could be a distraction from a lack of person. That's also another thing. That's also another thing. Sometimes we do this because we're not as confident about what we have mentally. We're not as confident about what we have within our hearts and our minds, and we feel like men are not as interested, or women are not as interested in that aspect of us. So we have to use our body in that way as well. So I can definitely see that part as well. Okay, definitely see that part as well. Okay, we'll move on to the next part. Oh well, obviously you spoke a little bit about it, but Xavier obviously said that he didn't have the time. He didn't have the time to date. Was that as? I thought that was, and again, I'd love to hear your perspective. I thought, you know, a lot of them don't have time to date. I thought that's the whole point. Like, the point of coming to the show is because you guys struggle in dating one reason or another, whether it's personality, whether it's time, whether it's this or that. But once he said that, she obviously, you know, threw the red flag and said that's not for her. And you kind of explained a little bit, but I just wanted to just extend on it. Why was it the red flag in this area of him saying like not having time in that perspective for you?
Because it wasn't like, you know, I haven't prioritized it and I really want to do something different. Like today starts a new day of me prioritizing it. He more said it like I just don't have time, more like more flippant, as if like it was appropriate or that was a good way to be. And when Tommy pushed him later, he definitely says, hey, I'm here. Hey, Sid, I'm here because I have time now. But that was after Tommy kind of asked him about his intention. I think he kind of gave off what a lot of successful dudes give off as kind of like, it's very flippant and dismissive, basically like, I just don't have time to date. And women, and I could tell women like her, I could tell she tries to go for successful men, ballers, things like, you know, maybe not like basketball ballers, but I mean like successful men. And she's probably tired of hearing that. If she's who I think she is and how, you know, the people she likes very well-to-do men, and well-to-do men make those type of statements kind of flippantly. And she probably was like, been there, done that, I'm good. That's yeah, unavailable men. And he came off as unavailable, and it's kind of like, look, if that's your MO, why are you even here? He said he's ready to change, but I don't know, women don't have time for that. So that's my vibe, that's my opinion. And maybe he's interested now to change, but I'm not sure.
Not take all of my work.
$1,000.
You know, when I'm
Wait a minute. I
you know what I'm saying? No. Okay, so before we continue, can we please not take all of my words literally? I know, I'm saying that.
Honestly, Richie can't ruin his second impression because the first one was already ruined. I ain't like it. I want to hear.
I don't know if I know you said you don't really want to necessarily talk about it. But Richie, obviously, he did say he had 1,000 female friends. And the ladies obviously well, at least Dominique took some offense to it. As a general principle, I mean, is it a red flag when a man has so many women friends? Do you see it as a red flag, or from that perspective?
This may just be a personal opinion, but no.
Okay.
But no, not for me. But it kind of depends on how he kind of acquired these female friends and what the vibe is. If you're constantly only hanging out with women or you're always hanging out with women that you seem to have like some type of sexual tension and things like that, then yeah, that's a red flag. But I know a lot of men, especially men who went to college and this and that, they have a strong male friend group and a female friend group that also come around, and they just have a lot of friends, and it's not, you know, it's really nothing about it. So I think, but you kind of have to know. I think the problem is there are a group of people who have men or women of the opposite sex, depending on who they are, that they're all like failed talking stages, failed situationships, this and that, and they ruin it for everybody else that does not have that situation. So it's kind of hard to, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to, it sucks. You know what I mean? Because not everybody is like that, and you kind of have to figure out what you're dealing with. Like me, you, Jay, Sean, we're friends. We're literally just friends. And it's always been that way. But you know, other people be around, it may be different. You know what I'm saying? So you like, you don't know. You don't know. And you know, you have to get to know the person. Because you just don't know. You just don't know. So I don't know, it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me personally, one has to have effective boundaries, isn't it? You get me? I have rules. So I can't lie to you. I have certain rules. The single culture is very different to the culture in this relationship. Like when I'm single, I'm very free. You know what I mean? Like rules go out the window for me. But when I'm in a relationship, I'm very stringent. I'm a very different person. So I think having so many female friends, I think for me personally, I'm very cool with a lot of people. But I look at it as levels, innit? Do you get what I'm saying to you? So of course, everybody knows I have a female best friend. But I've always known there's a limitation to that, because there is certain behaviors that I don't think will be cool, regardless if we're friends or not. Like for instance, we never slept in the same bed before. I just never done it. I just think to myself, that has to be a hard and fast rule for me. But my boys, we can sleep in the same bed, head to toe, or even the same way, and we sleep on the other side of the bed, no problem. But that's just me. So it's like I have those hard rules because I don't want any trouble, and I also don't want to have to ever feel like if I'm explaining this friendship to somebody, then they feel like, oh, like nah, like bro, like this is the person I'm cool with. Nothing's ever happened. I haven't ever flirted, I haven't touched them, I haven't done anything, bro. Like it's clean up to this point. So you know what I mean? Hey Sean, what's good, bro? And so like for me personally, so if somebody has so many female friends, I do ask questions. Someone has all male friends, I ask questions instantly, and it's not necessarily about actually whether you've slept with them or not. Actually, my mind doesn't actually go there. My mind actually starts going to my mind goes to who's harvesting whose energy, because having that many female friends in this instance, I'm asking myself, like you just said about maybe failed talking stages, but I'm asking myself, are you keeping those quote unquote, let's say, female friendships around because it makes you feel good being around feminine energy all the time and you don't know how to relate with other men? Right? Is that why you have that many female friendships? And same vice versa with women. Like women that have a lot of male friendships over female friendships, I asked myself the question. I said, is it because you're too in tune with your masculine side, which eventually is going to affect me?
Right.
So that's what I'm thinking about. It's like I'm saying that from probably a very biased perspective because I'm coming from a place of having loads more female friendships before I had male friendships, and now coming to a place where I'm like, nah, I've got to be the opposite way. I need to have far more male friendships than I do have female friendships because I want to be able to maintain that energy, that masculine presence and energy, and to keep on carrying it through. And it gets eroded every time I spend a lot more time with women all the time. Right. Not because they're bad, but because you are growing together. So, yeah, if I'm looking for more feminine women or I'm trying to be more masculine in my space, her having more masculine, more male friendships, I'm asking that same question. I'm like, okay, how is that going to play a role in my life? So I can understand why she felt some type of way about the Richie having thousands of friends, because you're right. Sometimes you're asking that question. Are you gingering? Are you playing? Are you moving mad? Are you doing stuff behind the scenes? Because some people generally do be doing. Said I'm friends, but
and I think he also just said it like I have 1,000. I don't think he meant he didn't also say I don't have 1,000 male friends. He just says I have lots of male friends, and sometimes people, if they already are agitated by you, they're going to take things very directly. And I think that's his point, is like, okay, I didn't mean it like that. Because if someone says, oh, see, wait, how many, I would say I have lots of guy friends, and I do. But people would probably wouldn't. But then if they don't take the next step and be like, well, how many, women friends? And then they will find out that I actually is very balanced. I have a lot of women friends and I have a lot of guy friends. And depending on the situation and the station, depends on, what it's about. And then they also probably would find out that most of my guy friends, with the exception of Sean and maybe a few, I have been around since I was like 11. So, it's a little different than like new guy friends, stuff like that. And so, yep. Also, I'm into sports. And so I tend to be around people who are, whether they're male or female, who are into sports. And a lot of them are guys, and we have a lot in common. And so, yeah, I think it depends. But yeah, there definitely are boundaries with your opposite sex friends. And even once they get into relationships with women, there's also more boundaries that people have to keep up so they feel comfortable about your relationship. And I have done that seamlessly because I still remember at the end of the day, I'm a woman, and I don't want to give off the impression that, if my male friends get into a relationship, that I'm a problem whatsoever. So I kind of stay in my lane. And then it's not a problem. You just stay in your lane. So.
No, definitely hear that as well. No, good points. Okay, let me get the next scene. Okay. All right.
God bless you for these clips. God bless you. I'm doing good though. I'm remembering.
Alice, you're doing fabulous, mate. You're not doing bad at all, so don't you worry. And to us, this episode was a little bit disjointed as well because they never spent enough time with people anyway to even really, you know what I mean? Like normally you get a scene with two people for about a few minutes. This scene was kind of flashing quickly between people really, really quickly, so you weren't actually able to kind of get deep perspectives. So I'm having to like flash through certain moments and like, okay, that was that important? That moment wasn't really happening. Okay, cool. Got to flash past that. Let me see. I want to get the okay. Devon. I think the next thing is Devon and okay, no, he's talking about Ashanti actually. So let's talk about Ashanti real quick because he did speak about her, and I think it was important.
Ashanti, she's kind of standoffish a little bit. I was confused about the vibes I was getting from her. Okay, I want to answer the question.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to judge me.
As far as
Looks, just aesthetics. I was trying to figure out if she's attracted to me, just to see where I stand.
I don't know.
Nah, she ain't attracted, and it's okay. I don't need when she starts saying, I'm sorry, you ain't attracted. I'm not even trying to have a long conversation. I've already told you about this. Do not choose me if you know you're not attracted. Let me go. But yes,
I'm so glad you pulled up this clip because this is what was on my heart to say. Number one, this clip is so powerful. There's so many things to talk about. Number one, whether you're a man or a woman, do not ask questions that you truly do not want the answer to. Because if you encounter a Sagittarius, I'm gonna pull. If you encounter somebody like me, I'm pulling a Ashanti. I'm not lying to you. Do not ask me a question that you do not know the answer and you don't want to know the answer to. That's number one. Number two, men, stop asking this question in general. Do not ask us if we're attracted to you because I swear that will make me not attracted to you. As a woman, I'm still figuring it out. I'm not sure. Unless you look like, what's his name? Juan Carlos. What was his name from that season? What's that man name?
Mark Anthony.
Unless you look like Mark Anthony or the one from last season who was beautiful gowns, the one that curved that girl trying to kiss him, whatever his name is. I don't know what his name is. I forgot. You see, it don't matter to me. Hell no, not Cisco. Not Cisco. The other one. I don't know his name, y'all. I don't remember these people's names. I promise you, I don't. Once the season is done, I'm done. The one who curved the girl who tried to kiss him on the stoop. Eddie. Thank you.
Oh, Eddie. Yeah.
Thank you. Unless you look like Mark Anthony or Eddie, women, we just don't be knowing. We're filling out your personality. We're figuring out your vibe. And if you ask that type of question, it's a complete turnoff. It's a complete turnoff. And I know, Kojo, you're gonna say if you ain't attracted, whatever. The attraction is a complete package. I can't parse things out. So if I'm her, I'm like, I don't know. Shaw said we be knowing.
Thank you, Sean. They be knowing. She trying to sell us waters and Eskimos.
I'm gonna give you an example. Mr. Braided Hair, when he first came on the stream, he was unattractive to me. When he was sitting the next day with the ponytail, with the confidence, he was attractive to me. It really is about like your vibe. Now I'm not gonna play in your face, Kojo. I just said, are there people who, like, whether they talk or not, we are like, okay, they're an attractive man? Of course, but personality really, really matters. It really matters.
Agree.
And I feel like that dude Devin could pull. Quiet as it's kept. If Devin would stop doing that goofy stuff that he was doing, trying to kiss people, he got a little personality to him. I think he could pull a baddie or two. He just needs to, like, relax. He kind of got it in him. I could tell he could pull. He got some to him, but he just, you know what I mean? Like, just chill out. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm going to say it again. Don't choose me if you know you're not attracted. And you know you're not. I'm just going to be giving you.
We're going to die on this hill. You know this, right?
We are. We've been dying on it for a couple of years. I'm just saying to this is the hill, and I wanted to down this one. The thing here, I agree. I think the question lacks a bit of tact, right? But the reality situation is, if he was good looking, he should have been like, yeah, you are. Yeah, but you're not. So, and that's okay. Like, and I think it's okay to be that. Now, would there have been a different question? I probably would have asked a different question. I might have thrown a baited question out there. I always like to say, if you throw a little, like, I always say, like, if if me and you to have I'm saying the most bait one, right? A baited bait. This is very bait of the baiters. Let's see your first question, like, if you were to have kids, what would you call your kids? And you look at me like, I already know that's like, it's off, done, out of the room, leave it alone.
That's a good question because she's a little agitated by you. If she's agitated by you, it's a wrap.
Well, exactly. Well, so at that point, but you would know. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I think a lot. It's funny. It's when I was thinking about this today. I was having a conversation on the weekend. So it was with a bunch of people, like 20 of us, right? And had bunch of conversations with different women. And I know who rocked with me and who doesn't rock with me. I know. It would have been what you just said, right? Maybe not immediate, like, oh my God, attraction, but it would have been like, okay, I can grow in and understand it because the person gave me time, was talking to me, was giving me the vibes, concentrating, right? So I hear that one. That was gonna grow. Then I had another conversation with a person. I was like, nah. I said what I said, and then the person was like, and I had a face, and I knew straight away. That one, we have a connection straight away. You know what I'm saying to you? So now, which one do I choose? I gotta leave you alone. The first one, I gotta leave you alone because if you're not sure, I want ultimate desire, bro. I don't need you to grow in that. You know what I'm saying to you? I like ultimate desire. And there was people out here who, when they see you and they start talking to you, they just know. That's why I said Devin got away with it with Dominique because Dominique just wants to play games, but I think she got away with it because obviously he's a little bit cute to her. Cool, isn't it? Had it been a gremlin, okay, this might have been a case.
But the crazy part is you don't, though. You're saying you want that, but you and most men want something that you can work for. If you have a woman that's already giving you ultimate desire on day one, you're not going to end up liking her on month 3. Those are women you're going to be bored by. They're already into you too much. And then a month later, you're going to be calling her crazy. This is literally like how it goes. Like, you really want to, I feel like most grounded women, yes, we know if we find you on the surface attractive, but so much about a man's attractiveness to women is not about what we see on the outside. You kind of want to let us work into that, because when we really work into that, like, we're locked in with you for real. The women who are almost like, oh my God, I like you so much. A lot of them be missing a few marbles or two, and then y'all be calling them crazy a month later. Like, that's just not how a lot of women operate. I'm not gonna say it's not how no women operate, but that's not how a lot of women operate. Because I can give you an example. If I saw Eddie, if he asked me, "Am you attracted to me?" If I saw on the show, I would say, "Yeah, you're attractive, right?" But then let's say Eddie a month later, after what I've seen on the show, and they over here act, I just wouldn't have been anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the example I just gave. Yeah, stuff happens. Go ahead though.
I would agree with you though. No, I would agree with you. I think that's fair, right? So that's not a problem, right? But I think again, I'm not gonna. I don't need to ask a girl like, "Are you attracted to me?" Do you get what I'm saying to you? If you spend enough time with women, you really know. Like I said, if you actually pay attention. But what I'm really saying is that girl that gives you ultimate desire. What I mean by that is, it's a mutual affection that both of you, when you see each other, you like each other. It's an immediate affection and physically. You know what I mean? Like when I said, I was talking to this particular person, I was like, I sensed the mutual attraction straight away. You know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, cool. So now I'm vibing. I'm like, I want to get to know. I want to get to know you a bit more. Do you know what I'm saying? So I want to get you to understand. I want to understand if your mind is there because I'm a deep person. You might not be a deep person, or you might be a deep person. That's fine. We need to find out if you are that deep person, in that particular area. So for me personally, it's in that situation. Yes, I think what Devin did, he asked the most obvious question, which actually showed that there's a lack of tact and actually doesn't. Nobody wants a straightforward question like that unless you genuinely, like, if you're a really good looking guy, you can ask that question because you can get away with it. You can say, "Hey, are you attracted to me?" And you can make it a dastardly question.
He threw me off by even asking that because
yes,
I know he's aware enough of himself to know, even by the response to the answer that he got, that he knew that was a long shot. So like, yes. Bro, why did you throw that out there? I'm still confused by that. I don't know why he threw that out there. And really what he's asking is, are we lusting? What you're describing is lust. Are you lusting after me? Because that's all you know. And yeah, maybe some people aren't necessarily lusting after you. Maybe she's one of those people like she described that hardly lusts after anybody if she doesn't really know you. Maybe it takes, something else.
She lost after somebody. There's somebody you lost. There's people that you lust after. Like lust is a part of the situation because it's if you don't know the person, you have to start there from. You start from there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? But whether I grow beyond that point though is really about what kind of, like you said, what conversations are going to be had. Because like you said, you can find someone attractive and then their personality and the way they talk or the things that they're doing don't align with you, or they're just not great. And then you just go, I was attracted, but this is not attractive to me. Like I was attracted, but I'm not attracted at this point, which is understandable.
Yeah, honestly, I could have been attracted to Devin. You asked me that dumb behind question, and I'm not attracted to you no more. Because why'd you ask me that stupid question? I would have been like, yeah, I thought you was cute. Now I don't. Why are you asking me stupid questions? Like, this is not, I don't know. I really hate when men ask that question.
That makes sense. But then, okay, so here's a powerful thing though. Take aside the fact that he made that comment. Is he attractive to you though?
I'm unsure.
Yeah. And that's the whole point. I don't need, you see what I'm saying to you? Like the unsure part is I don't want a qualifying point of me having to almost persuade you with my thingy. I need you already on the point of yes. And then let's go from there. You know what I mean? Because now, like you said, he's on a thin wire. The thin wire is because whatever he says next, if he says anything that could be anything off, he gonna be out the door.
I kind of liked him though.
I
kind of liked him. I just didn't like that question.
No, the question was awful.
But I don't.
It was low confidence.
I like medium ugly. I already told you that. That's.
Get out of it.
That's my preference. Everybody has a different preference.
But what do we think about Ashanti as well? He said about Ashanti being a bit more guarded, a bit more like having walls up and all that kind of stuff. What do we think about that particular aspect as well then?
Ashanti just does not used to working for nothing. She's just in a category of women that just stand there and be cute and people come to her. But the thing with Ready to Love is the way they set it up. Women have to also engage with men. They can't just stand there and be cute. And so she's out of her element. I think once she finds out that one, she's cute, there's other girls that are just as cute on there and they over here working the room, she'll find out if she wants to be on the show and get to know people, she's going to have to try. Just standing there being cute ain't enough. I think that's really what it is. I mean, I would say most women who are relatively attractive are not used to working the room. You get what I mean? Like we're not accustomed to having to go around, especially women who are confident, who have self-worth, things like that. We're not used to having to go around and I don't know, work the room is the best way, And so it's going to be a new experience, I think, for a lot of people. And so she's just going to have to realize pretty girls go home on Ready to Love all the time. You got to get out there and you got to try. That's kind of what I think.
I agree with you. I think there's something, obviously, whenever I see, a young lady or young man that seems to be very, very guarded, it usually means you've got something to protect, right? So there's something that you feel like you don't want to offer that level of vulnerability to people. You've had some experiences that have made you a little bit more guarded, and that's why you're kind of holding back, which also means more than likely you're going to be a little bit avoidant in certain scenarios and situations, which can, in this particular show, make you a game player before you're a game player. So like you may not want to be a game player, but you then become a game player, not because you're trying to be, but simply because you're elusive and evasive. Yeah. And I see that Ashanti's probably going to fall into that category where it's almost like you can't catch her. Because again, not wanting to be embarrassed or shamed or exposed. But she's a very pretty woman, very, very pretty girl. But you're right. Like I do love that these shows also, like you said, kind of highlight for both men and women, sometimes the poverty on both sides, right? Like you need a personality. And I think sometimes the show does highlight for a lot of people that they ain't got personality. They have nothing to do apart from your looks or your money or your job or your career. And actually who you are as an individual person, we don't get to see it come through a lot of times on the show because people don't actually have to work in that arena for a lot of times. They get a man or get a woman with these external things. So this show does, in some respect, kind of highlight that to a lot of people as well. So, yeah.
And the women that have done the best on this show, you think Kyra, You think like Mercedes people liked, or I'm just trying to think the different over the seasons. The women that have been the most sought after of had a personality.
Yeah.
People found them to be interesting and they wanted to talk to them. There was a lot of girls that have been pretty on this show and they have still gone home. People are just like beautiful gowns and they go home.
Beautiful gowns.
It happens all the time.
I don't know why she reminds her look also reminds me a little bit of Courtney as well from DC version. So Ashanti. So it reminds me of that.
She's another one who was pretty and went home for being crazy.
Ew. You're terrible. All right, cool. Xavier and Diamond's conversation.
Right, and it just is.
That's a fact.
What it is, and other people it feels more forced.
Xavier is somebody who's very secure in who he is, and to me, that's attractive.
Get me started, man.
You know what one of the hardest things about dating is, or the dating world, is that, and this is for everybody. It's not just for them two. Yeah, is that you can be on the same level and still think you're above someone and you're not. Like
you read my mind, Kojo. But I'll tell you why.
Go on.
Technically, they are on different levels. Because you can have the nerdiest of a man, you know, he ain't Morris Chestnut, no nothing. But if he's successful and he has money and he's single and he doesn't have kids, society will say that he's on a different level. And that's why he thinks, even though him and her, you know, they both a little quirky, both successful, you would think they would be finding love in a what is it, a lonely place, a strange place. Nope. He think he supposed to have a baddie. That's what he think. Society told him he's supposed to have that. What can you say? That's what money gives you access to, or success, or whatever he has going on. You know what I mean? It gives you access to that. And that's why for men, Kojo, the looks thing it's not even in the conversation, because he knows it doesn't matter what he looks like. He barely even thought that he had to talk. He talk about he ain't going home. Remember when Richie went home? Like, I know I'm not going home. Okay.
I mean, to some degree. Listen, I mean, look, you know, success is a big factor for the ladies. Absolutely right. And it can equalize the playing ground. But the reality is, he set a bomb. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, he's still at the bottom. It is that real. You know what I mean? Because even though he has all those things in this environment, and I think what you're saying, and it's actually true what you're saying. So, but I think also this goes back to what we were saying earlier on as well, Siwe, because it's like, what are you looking for? Right? What are you looking for? If you're looking for someone to take care of you, and that's all you really care about, yeah, you're gonna pick Xavier right now. I'm not saying that there isn't anybody. I'm saying if he was to bat out of his league, right. And when I say league, I'm talking about physicality, in terms of aesthetics, and people are not gonna be mad at me because someone commented in my chat last time about me saying these things. But the reality is, it's just life is life.
What they
right?
say?
Someone said about me talking about looks and stuff like that. But yeah,
why are they always trying to regulate on your channel?
I'll be like that sometimes. I mean, I'm not mad at it. It was a counterpoint, so they have every right to counter.
Well, you're never.
But
mad
I'm saying
at
it.
That makes you so special. You let them say whatever. Go ahead.
you got to let them flourish, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I think this is really important, because I think, like, you're right. He can bat above his league because there are some women who are willing to abdicate the looks part, right?
Yeah.
For the financial aspect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? So even if they don't fancy him, they'll be like, you know what, my security is more important than me being attracted to the person. So then, yeah, he might get someone above his league, in that essence. But then I also think there's some men are delusional. Just like we talk about women are delusional, I think some men are delusional. You know what I'm saying to you? So in this essence, yeah, I definitely see that they were both on the same kind of level playing field. But again, it doesn't mean they have to like each other. I'm not forcing you to like each other. I'm just saying, on the same playing level field. But yeah, I honestly,
the crazy part is, Kojo, he's probably not delusional. if he got some money, he ain't even gotta have no personality. Forget looks. He doesn't even have to have a person. That's what I gather from him. I mean, he probably has a personality, but he felt like he didn't even have to talk or do anything until he was facing elimination. I'm like, that kind of says everything, you know? Like, that's how it be.
No, that's a fair point. You know what I mean? Definitely a fair point. I mean, Diamond liked him, you know. She actually liked him. She said she found him attractive. See what I'm saying about this? She said she found him attractive. You know what I mean? Look, you know, find you somebody who gonna find you attractive, please. Don't suffer in silence, okay? Don't suffer in silence. All right, let's talk about this Devon and Diamond situation.
A little nervous.
You gotta be nervous.
Okay.
You saying? Yeah, speaking into existence.
Speak that into existence. You need me here, right?
I do.
Period.
Dominique, that's my boo. She is a sweetheart. She's awesome. She's thoughtful.
So here's my thing. I love Dominique. I think she's wonderful and she's fire. You know, that's my top pick. But you know what I noticed about dating? Like I said, for me, yeah, work the room, but you got one chance only to, and I gotta be out. When I say what I mean by that is, you know, like you have to. I always say you have to make sure our minds are meeting as well as just how you're moving with your body. Because, like, of course, some of us, obviously, once you've done some things in life and you've been using your body, you can also tell when people are also using their body, not necessarily to have sex with you, but maybe to also entice you into a particular position. So I need to make sure that the mindset is aligning and the goals and values are aligning, and make sure that is actually in the same pathway beyond just having a good looks. You know what I'm saying? Because she is a good looking woman to me.
Right.
Very beautiful, very attractive. And at that point, I need to ask more questions because I'm only a man and my eyes are going to work very, very well. And that can definitely impeach on my decision making. So I do need to make sure that the values are aligning in that space. And I think that comes only when you are in tune with yourself and in tune with what your actual values are. I hope Devon is not getting sourced out, not knowing because you're excited about the baddie that you're going to forget about what values need to align with Diamond and yourself. You know what I mean?
He's happy to be there, Kojo. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, listen, she's a fine babe. I can't even hate on it.
He's just happy to be there. We can't expect too much right now.
That's fair. It's early doors between the two of them. So, you know, I hear what you're saying. Okay. Well, we'll play a little bit of the kiss part then, so we can discuss that as to what happened there and what we're rating, okay? Because
my favorite part,
you know, look, the body language correct. Everything was set up nicely.
Look at that lean.
That he
and to the body language, she's like,
she's facing him, but her hands are over her knees a little bit. So
true.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe it. I trust it. You got something on you. Can I get it up?
Yeah. No, never have.
All right, should have got me here. I can't lie to you. Should have got me here. I'm not saying I would have been locked in, but should have got me here. I don't want to even play with you. Once she done the hand on the, that's too caring for me. You got me there. You know what I'm saying? You got me.
She's a finesse queen.
Finesse queen for me. You got me a little bit. I'm gonna be finesse for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay, all right. Should have had me a little bit. You know what I mean? Should have had me a little bit. I'd have tried something at least.
Keep going. Keep going.
Should have tried something at least. You know what I mean?
The exclamation room. Let's go for it.
Oh!
You guys are kissing
me? Yo, the pull up was crazy. She just, oh! Damn, nigga, laugh. Oh. You know what is funny? I don't make first moves on kisses anyway. I never have. I always feel like the lady should make that first move. But yeah.
I'm not mad at him.
I can see why he went for it.
I take it back. I'm not mad at him. He betting just in a whole different situation right now. And he just trying to figure out how he gonna piece it all together. You know, I get it. I get it. He ain't even been in this type of situation before, so he just
folded.
He just doing what he can. Okay, can we be really that mad?
Do you know what it is? The timing is off though. It's off in the sense of like you were right about this. The time's off because it's so early in the process. So like we're at the second mixer. That's why. You know what I mean? It's a bit off. So we haven't even had the conversations, nothing like that. We ain't got, have you guys even exchanged each other's numbers?
No, but
like,
you know, you see, he trying to lock down the baddies like they're Infinity Stones, trying to figure out which baddie he could get early. I don't know. He's trying to cuff him early. He's trying to like, and I'm with her. You ain't marking my territory early. What's wrong with you? You ain't taking me nowhere. But the way she was fixing stuff, she know what she's doing.
Yeah, she drew him in. She drew him in.
She still didn't deserve a kiss though. Come on now, lady. She had him like it was a Tyler Perry movie. She had him locked in. He can't take it.
It was a lot of pressure.
Oh no,
there. Where she had them there as well. Ah,
she ain't right. She ain't
look
right.
at this. That is a dangerous play right there. Oh.
I'm not mad at it no more. I take it
back. She said, "Oh boy!" But can we? I want to give Dominique a lot of plaudits because I think she saved that moment for him. You know what I mean? Like it could have been if it was. She kept it light.
She kept it light. That's what I said for me. She kept it light.
Yeah,
probably because you know what the hell. Now I see why she kept it light because she was playing in his face and realized that she took it too far.
You know when and this is what I said to you. When you play that game with somebody that you don't necessarily, you're not locked in like that. You know what I mean? And they jump a little bit too early.
You like that? Let me ease you back, babes.
Yeah, I was just trying to play with you.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I just got to ease you back. Look, this was an episode for your dark arts experts, Jay and El Cid, because this is some dark arts going on. Okay, I don't play these type of games, but it is funny to me.
Done drew a man in with the facial grabbings. I said, "Oh Lord, the poor boy."
I didn't realize she was doing all that.
She had him locked in. Let me just roll that tape one more time. She had this. What's this phenomenal play here?
Look at the eye contact.
And then boom, when she drops a side thing and touches and hand underneath the beard,
finesse
locked in.
Finesse queen.
Bam. She said, "Oh, Negro, you close." And then she even locked it in with the underneath the chin, laugh.
Like, it's okay, babe. It's okay.
Yeah, she's locking him in. She's like, don't get any closer though.
It's okay, babe. Finesse queen.
Oh boy.
He's lost.
Yeah.
He's never coming back.
You know what it is? Everything has timing. Everything has timing. And sometimes when you, like you said, when you're under pressure of not having a baddie, the jump time, you can jump in a little bit too soon, you know. It can jump a little bit too soon. And I think he just got a little bit excited and jumped a little bit too soon because he did not have the buy-in. You know what I'm saying to you? And the buy-in is that this is where it goes back to you were saying about lust. There has to be a significant sexual attraction for that to even work on that so early on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now you got to put some work in. You got to put some work in. He ain't put a little bit work in.
Yeah, you trying to get the cow's milk for free, my Negro.
Ain't gonna happen. She had to politely, after she was done playing with him, she had to politely let him know as she should.
It costs to play, my brother. Okay, it costs to play. You're gonna have to take me out, wine and dine me, and don't think you're gonna get it for free. So yeah, I respected that. I'm not mad at it. She saved him again, like I said. I think the way she handled it. So fair play to her. Okay, then we got this situation with Diamond, Christina, Chris. Oh, we made it sound. Sorry.
How's this conversation going?
You want to have a seat?
I don't know. I think I want a whole nother section.
Christina just came in a little too soon.
Can I borrow him?
Not right now. Can I get like 2 minutes? It wasn't even like, can I join the conversation? She tried to pull him away, and I just kind of said like, no, we're gonna make this conversation.
Okay, so obviously, Christina and Dominique actually did this. They kind of like pulled up on Chris while Diamond was talking to Chris. I can't lie, I felt like this was a power move from the ladies, man. I felt like they done played her, and like they're basically saying like, you're not You know when you're almost, if you were to say like inner thoughts, you can't catch a Chris. Chris is not your level. So we don't really care what you're doing with Chris. We can take over. And the fact that obviously he didn't shut it down either, it's a silent cosign of the behavior. You know what I mean? Like if a man's really feeling a girl, you know what I'm saying, to you, and other girls come in the way that they just did, you have to kind of, if you're feeling that girl, I think you just got to be like, hey, ladies, I appreciate it, but I'm just talking to her. Let me finish the conversation, and I'll come and talk to you after. You get me?
Did they go away? I can't remember. Did they go away and they came back?
Christina did. Christina went away because of what Diamond said. But when Dominique came, she just came and sat down and started having a conversation. I don't know if she went, and then Diamond was real silent. So, yeah. Dominique just sat down. It's crazy.
I mean, you know, women size people up too.
That's true.
Women size people up, and they put their ranks on, and they decide who they feel like is competition or not. And trying to pull him away when they just start talking is exactly what you said. It's exactly what you said. So I don't know. I saw that. I was like, dang, she just started talking, but you know, they felt like they were better, clearly.
That's the darkest of the arts. The darkest of the arts.
They didn't happen.
Because I've been trying to talk to Christopher.
Let me get another snip.
A long time.
Diamond's like, actually.
Wait, hold on. Christina didn't look too much. You see what she did?
I didn't even see that before.
I didn't see that before even till now. That was a dastardly move. Oi, that woman just marked her territory. That was dastardly. Where's her hand going?
I don't know.
Diamond's like, actually.
She touched the back of his forehead first, and then a hand on the. Look at Diamond's face. Woo! The game ain't fair, ladies and gentlemen. The game ain't fair.
Christina gonna be some trouble. Watch. She gonna be a main character on this.
You know what it is? It's giving Mr. Steal Your Man. It's giving Mr. Steal Your Man. That move was heavy. That was a heavy move.
I didn't even notice that.
That was a heavy move. But you know what my natural thought to that is, though?
What?
My natural thought to that is that because she pulled that move in that way, for me, it's not aggressive. It's like in my head, and this might just be me again. I have my own unique brain, so it might be different. In my head, I'm thinking to myself, like, whilst I love that, and I think that was really like, you know, a dark arts move, I feel like that just leads you to being in a place where, is that man going to take you seriously? You know what I mean? Like, his next move ain't going to be necessarily like, that's my girl. The next move might be just like, I want to have sex with you. You know what I mean? Like, every time I hear a man say, like, I want a girl to be aggressively wanting me, I'm like, yeah, not me hear that. But it doesn't necessarily end in you wanting the relationship with that girl.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think it was a cool move to play on Diamond, but you might also have played yourself in the sense of like, if someone clocks that behavior, they're like, do I actually want you, or do I just want to have sex with you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think it's like, to my earlier point, I wonder if these women know what to do, because I just feel like the Christinas, the who were we talking about earlier? What's her name? Ashanti.
Ashanti.
Yeah, I just don't feel like they are used to approaching men. But Christina and Dominique, they look like they know how. I don't think they are used to it, but they know how. I completely agree. In a normal setting, like, the men need to come to you. And Ashanti looked like she did make the men come to her. She don't look like she moved from that single spot and then landed her in the bottom. So I don't know. But yeah, because if I'm the man and I already seen you do all of that, what's gonna make me come chase you after that?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. A wicked move.
A wicked move indeed. Wicked wow.
Can we get 2 more minutes? Sure. You might need it.
What do you do for fun?
I want to heal through food.
Ooh.
Yeah, herbalism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is our history. That is our culture. That's what we used to do.
Yes.
You know,
guys.
what's up? What's up? Hey.
I don't think there is a crowd today.
Now, Dominique just popping into there in the first place is just diabolical. I don't know if they got pushed by production. More than likely got pushed by production, I think.
Probably.
Well. Yeah. But then obviously to do it again, because production can push, but you have the choice. But obviously to push it and then go in there, it's diabolical to that to another woman, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then start asking him, like, she started asking these quick fire questions, which were kind of fire, I can't lie. She was like, you know, asking him things like ass or titties, and it's like, okay, she must have been saying chocolate or sweets, sky or down. Like, she was asking these really far, which, hey, it's cool. I'm not saying it's bad. It was actually a really good technique. She just sucked all the air out the room. So literally, Diamond's whole momentum has literally come to a halt.
This was all for that guy. What a so I didn't get it.
I didn't get it either. Because I thought, like I said, my honest opinion of Chris was, again, he was exuding a little bit of feminine energy. And I'm surprised that the ladies were so enticed.
Oh, yeah, all of that.
We didn't see that. We didn't necessarily see that, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand. Yeah.
Someone said they'll say this want food. They want food, nothing else. They just want food.
Steak or fish?
Fish.
Okay, perfect. Glasses or contacts?
Glasses, 100%.
Leather or suede? I just broke up your conversation because it was like, I didn't know what y'all was talking about.
When Dominique interrupts, it really rubbed the wrong way because it's tough. It's a lot of...
I felt for Diamond. I can't lie. That is cold work.
Poor
I can't lie. Like, it didn't look like she said anything either. Well, at least with Christina, she kind of said, like, give me 2 minutes. But with Dominique, I don't know, there's probably a little bit more fear in that particular perspective. Now, I actually think it's actually a really good moment. I'll tell you why it's a good moment. Here's my thing. I watch what people do. See, if you like me, yeah, you need to send that nigga away. And if I send him away, I watch how you move. You know what I mean? Like, for me personally, again, like I told you, I give you one chance. I don't have time to play this game with people. You know what I'm saying to you? So for me personally, if someone interrupts and I say, listen, give me a few minutes, but you seem like you have to watch how people's energy shifts. If their energy shifts towards that, you wanted to talk to, I'm like, go.
Yeah, have it.
I don't touch you again. I move on.
Right.
Because that I felt like disrespectful. That entrance by both Diamond and Christina Christina did kind of ask. So Christina did say it kind of asked a little bit. Dominique's one wasn't asking. She sat down and just started firing questions at the man, and then said, "I don't know what you lot were talking about. I just had to come up. You're rude." And at that point, if that man or that woman wants to give attention to that person who's rude, you should probably leave that person alone.
Yeah, don't
because
just
that's what we want.
I wonder who's going to be the low hanging fruit for the women this time. They're gonna it's going to be interesting because they look like they pick who they want to isolate, or who they think they can kind of get their stuff off on and ignore. We'll see.
It's true. Okay. Well, poor Diamond, we feel for her. It's such a shame, that situation to happen. Okay. Let's have a look. Was obviously we know that Diamond for the ladies ended up going. She was on the bottom with Ashanti as well, and want to get your perspectives. Why do you think it was Diamond in the bottom with Ashanti? Do you think for the man them? Why do you think that she was in the bottom?
Yeah, I think it was just a combination of the vibe. She's a little awkward, a little quirky. I think her outfit was a little bit aging of her. And I just don't think she had that like really fiery, spicy personality to kind of carry a conversation. It was a lot more corporate. It felt like a little bit more networking. It didn't really give like the men were desiring more from her. So I like her. She seems like she's a cool person. I don't know if she really missed much with this group, but yeah.
Yeah, I think in the end, I think they made the right choice. Diamond was, I believe, the person that needed to go. I always feel like, you know what, I don't want anyone that they might feel like is at the bottom, is at the back of the group to be kept in any longer than it should be. I need to cut them out. They're going to drag it. Players. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. I want the top players in, and I want them to be able to fight out and duke it out. I think that makes the best content. So, yeah, she had to go, and what needed to happen. So I was glad that they went. Obviously, Richie also went as well a bit earlier on. I think a right choice again for that situation. It's going to be intriguing to see what kind of relationships these guys build, because I don't see, normally in the first episode, they kind of feed us that someone's going to have some kind of connection. I've not seen anything.
They ain't give us crap.
They ain't get nothing.
I'm looking
we're 2 episodes in
right now. I'm looking through their pictures again.
You know what I mean? So I'm thinking to myself, like, this is going to be a very interesting season, and we're probably not going to have anything crazy until, the ladies like Darius. That's very true. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see anything until a little bit later on. This is going to be a very enticing season. I think some egos are going to be bruised. And there could be, by the looks of it, there's going to be a couple of fights, not necessarily physically, but there's going to be some fights that are going to be going on between the cast as well. So yeah, Nicole is definitely going to be chasing Ed. And I just feel so sad. I'm like, sis, please don't chase that man.
There's no reason.
It'd be like that, man. Do you know what I mean? I'd be like,
I wonder what Steven is going to give. Steven and with the glasses.
Oh, Steven. Yeah, Steven seems pretty cool. I can't lie. I think I like Steven. So I'm hoping that obviously they can formulate a real connection, but we'll have to wait and see. This season's warming up. Like I said, this season's warming up, and I think I didn't understand the second mixer situation, but I think the season's warming up very, very nicely. I think with all the things that are going on, this is definitely a season that they're gonna do bits with. I can feel it. I think this will probably be one of the most entertaining seasons they had all season.
Yeah, and I thought they had more when they did the previews. I thought I saw more men.
It looked like that.
I'm missing a man. I'm looking. Maybe I'm not.
They got 20 people. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Well, any last thoughts, Seaway?
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna keep watching. There's just so many baddies on this season. I'm not sure the men are if the juice is worth the squeeze. I mean, these women on here are beautiful this season.
I hear that.
So we'll see if it's even worth it. I'm interested though. I'm locked in.
You and me both. All right. Well, listen, our time is up. Audience members, thank you very much for showing out and showing up as well. There's almost 350 of you guys here, so you guys.
We had a party. I didn't even know.
Yeah, man, there was people coming through. So shout out to the people that came through. Yeah, we are gonna see you guys obviously next week for another episode of Ready to Love. Okay, all right. But listen, enjoy yourselves out there. Don't do anything too crazy, and we would be back here next week, back on Saturday time again, to talk about RTL. And also thank out for those who have become members. Let me just quickly shout them out. KB, thank you very much. Caramel, appreciate you. And Brooke as well. Shout out to you as well for becoming a member as well. As always, it's £1 or $1 for you guys. We keep it cheap so you guys can just be a part of it. So you can also be a part of the family going forward. All right, listen, audience, we will see you soon. We appreciate y'all. And again, rest in peace to Richie. And, we say condolences to the family once more again. All right. All right, audience. We'll see you next week. Ta-ra, ta-ra, and good night. I appreciate ya. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Little black book. You know what time it is.